guys, welcome back to our channel. We're the Garso Twins. I'm Britta.
And I'm Carly.
We would love it if you would subscribe if you like this video and give this video a thumbs up. We upload a few times a week. We do a lot of drugstore and high-end makeup.
Yeah,
Reviews, book videos, lifestyle. Today we're doing a full face of KOSAS. We have been buying from the brand for a lot of years now, but then we recently got sent a PR package with stuff we haven't tried. So we wanted to do sort of a review of everything we have, for the things that we really like, the things that we don't, and let's get into it. Starting with the KOSAS Plump and Juicy Spray-On Serum. It says to use this, it just says clean skin morning and night. I have like my daytime skincare on already, but I'm just gonna kind of use this to prep the skin. So
yeah, I used it this week. It is nice. Like, it's a nice light mist.
Oh, I love the mist.
Yeah, that's really nice.
And well, it's like powerful enough though. They're actually a brand that like I trust their ingredients, so I'm sure that there is like active levels of these. It says like firming vegan collagen. It's just nice. It's nice. Yeah, I like that it's not, it actually does
a glass bottle.
Feel like a proper spray-on serum. It doesn't feel like one of those, like, let's say like the Caudalie Beauty Elixir or whatever, that it's oily.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel oily.
Yeah, it feels like a serum.
Yeah, so it seems like really nice for skin prep. And then we're going in with the KOSAS Revealer Foundation. We raved about this, so we both have purchased this ourselves and love it.
Well, I'm gonna color correct.
Yeah, I was gonna do that too. They don't have a color corrector.
Yeah.
Obviously, if they don't have something, we're just gonna use like what we normally use, but more or less, I feel like it's almost a full face. But we were talking about it, and we think it's really funny that they don't have blushes. I think it's especially funny because originally that's what drew me to the brand, because they were one of the first brands to have cream blushes. They had cream blushes?
How do you not remember these? They were the cream blush duos.
One side was a highlighter, and one side was, and I remember there was like this burnt orange shade I wanted forever, and I never bought it.
Do they still sell them?
I don't think they do anymore. And I feel like they could come up with a really unique like texture of a blush with like skincare ingredients. They're probably working on it. Yeah, or even their, like we were saying, their baked formula is so good. Like we love the KOSAS Cloud Set.
Yeah.
So it's weird, especially because that's how they started. But I can see if they wouldn't want to release cream because it's so done now.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I think they would do really good baked blushes.
Yeah, but I also think they would do, if they could do like a hybrid powder cream texture with like skincare actives, I feel like that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that's true. I think that like a hybrid formula is more of like, I don't know, like luxury makeup. Like, I feel like luxury, like Lisa Eldridge, I think does really unique formulas, and she
has something new launching.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got her newsletter today.
Oh. But yeah, we love this foundation. It has SPF in it, which is really nice.
Mineral SPF.
Yeah, a lot of times SPF foundations irritate my skin, probably Britta's too, and this one doesn't do it. I think the key for me is to not use too much. I never use more than a pump.
Yeah, agreed.
Because then it can start to look a little like, not like cakey, but heavy. But if you just use a pump or less, it's just such a nice foundation. I mean, I use it nearly every day.
It lasts.
Oh yeah, it lasts so well.
Like
I wore it, we did our diet photo shoot, and I wore this because I was gonna do like the Neutrogena or Armani Lumina Silk, but I actually think this one lasts the best.
Yeah, it lasts longer than Armani for sure.
Yeah, the Neutrogena is really long lasting too, but this one has a little more coverage, I would say. Yeah, I think it's just a good medium coverage. I have like medium coverage and a skin-like finish. Like, it's not really matte, but it's not really, and it wears super well. And the added SPF is just like the cherry on top.
Yeah, I love this. It was, I mean, I think we put it in our Best of Beauty last year, right?
Yeah, I think we did too, because I bought it after Britta raved about it and then really liked it. And then, okay, the concealer. The concealer has been a long-time favorite of mine. I've probably bought 5 tubes myself.
Yeah.
But this is a new shade. I used to wear 2.5 and we're trying 3.2. And 2.5 is definitely more neutral, which I love, but it's a little light, and this is too dark, but it's a little yellow.
Yeah.
So it is a little hard to find your shade because they all gear really yellow besides 2.5. Yeah, I mean, even, I think it's funny, in the foundation that we wear, I'm just letting mine sit for a second.
I'm gonna let mine sit too.
We wear Light Cool 180, and it's pretty yellow. Yeah, it's pretty yellow, and it's supposed to be one of their cool tones. So I don't really know who's doing like their shade selection. We know it's hard. Like,
yeah,
it is hard. Complexion products.
Yeah.
And when you're doing a range, it's definitely difficult to get the tones right. but it's just, I guess, a little bit peculiar. They released more shades and they're still like not. Yeah, like I thought that this was gonna be neutral, but it wasn't. But if you are looking for neutral one, 2.5 is neutral. It's just a little light. But I've raved about this concealer. It's my favorite concealer. The only thing that compares for me is the Kulfi concealer. So I've been switching between the two. But I discovered this, I want to say, when it launched in, was it 2020? I want to say it was 2020. Maybe it was 2021. No, I think 2020. And I had tried so many other concealers that year, like the Hourglass one, just so many, and never found one I liked. So I literally have bought like 5 tubes. I think it's so good. I know a lot of people talk about it now, but I was one of the early adapters. Yeah, I've only been using it for a week. I'm still gonna let it sit a bit longer. If you want my opinion, I'm gonna move on to I do like that it doesn't crease and it looks really natural under the eyes. But it just isn't enough coverage for me. I still think the Fit Glow concealer gives me more coverage, and I have like my perfect shade in that concealer, so I reach for it more. But I do think that this is really nice if you're okay with medium coverage. Yeah, it definitely is medium coverage. I love full coverage because my under eyes are always dark. I'm just using the Nanessa My Rix Balm Contour that I picked up during the Sephora sale. I'm using the Rare Beauty shade Bright Side. I was just realizing I have the shade Happy Soul and I've used a whole thing of it, so I wanted to rebuy it in this color because it's much more neutral, which I go for. But it smells more than my last one. Like, it smells like they put fragrance in it? No, like, I don't know, like raw materials, or maybe it's the component. It's just something I'm just noticing. Yeah, this, the Balm Contour, I went through a whole one and then hadn't repurchased. And I really missed it because I like that you can apply it with a sponge. It's just really easy to apply. It is super warm for something called a contour, but I like it for the summertime specifically. I think it's a little too like dark and warm for winter, but yeah, that's shade light too. Yeah, it's pretty dark. Yeah, but I like that it's pigmented. Like, I don't like a bronzer that just like doesn't show up on my skin, you know? I love this new shade of the Rare Beauty stick. I think it's perfect. Perfect for me. Yeah, it is cool tone, but it has a lot of yellow, if that makes sense. So just warning. Yeah. Okay, now I am going to blend out my concealer. Now I always put concealer on my nose. I haven't tried it. I've been using the Kulfi because the Kulfi to me almost performs like a foundation. Yeah, the Kulfi, I really keep repurchasing that because it can be used as like a foundation and a concealer. And so I always put that one on my nose because it really like meshes well with whatever contour I'm putting on. But I'm gonna try this KOSAS one today. I've used the KOSAS all over as like a base product too. Oh, I've done that. Yeah, I love this cream bronzer. What are you doing powder next? Yeah. Okay, so we also have raved about the powder we've both gone through like 4. It's the KOSAS Cloud Set powder and we use the shade Feathery. I forgot to bring my little puff out here, so I'm just using a brush. I just got it on my pants, but it's the best powder. It's the best product KOSAS makes. Yeah, agreed. I mean, I think everyone would agree. They came out with a mini, which just shows that people are buying it. Yeah, and it is kind of bulky to travel with, so I do feel like I need the mini for travel, but we don't really have too many trips planned. Yeah. But it just really like blurs the skin and sets the face, but without it being like too matte. Yeah, like set like a flat matte. And it's just so convenient to have it in this like baked format. Like, I haven't used loose powder since I bought this. Agreed. And now I bought a loose powder after I got this, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, this is so much easier to use. Exactly. And I know that this is probably intentional, but it pairs so well with the foundation. Yeah. Like, it looks so good together. And I usually like do a layer of setting spray after. So if it looks too powdery to you, like, try that. Like, don't just like let it sit, but do like a layer of setting spray. Can we do the bronzer next? Yeah, so then I got the baked bronzer during the Sephora sale in the shade Beachy. Okay, again, there wasn't really like a good neutral option. I've been looking for a replacement for my Bare Minerals Invisible Bronzer in the shade Medium for years, I'm not exaggerating. And that one was like the perfect neutral tone. And in their range, which I think they expanded, again, they like don't really have anything neutral to cool. This is pretty warm. The brand loves warm tones, that's for sure. So if you like that like
warm glow.
I was gonna put this on first, the Plump and Juicy Collagen Lip Boost. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So this is a baked formula, so it is one of those that's like, you'll see kickback in the pan, and it's pretty powdery. I mean, just like the Cloud Set powder, if you've used that before then, or just really most baked products, if you've used them, you know. So it's not like the easiest to work with, I would say, just because there's lots of kickback and it's pigmented, so you kind of have to be like careful, but it is so pretty like on the skin. Like it is really smoothing, I guess I should
My
say.
favorite baked bronzer are the Hourglass one, so I'm curious to see how this compares. Okay, thoughts on this lip balm? It's very nourishing and it is a little cushiony, but I like something that has a little more thickness to it for like a treatment. It's a little thin, but it is nice and it smells like vanilla.
Oh, vanilla.
It does feel really nice though.
Okay, as I'm using this more, I've used it a couple times now, but I think I know how to describe it. So since it's baked, the particles are just really fine. So basically, yeah, like once you go to put them on your face, you might see like where you've stamped it on, but then it is pretty easy to blend because it is so fine. So it's not like one of those that's pigmented and stiff where if you put it down, it gets patchy. Like I feel like this is really easy to blend out. So I do really like it. Like the more I look at it, I'm like, wow, this is pretty. And like it does have almost like blurring glow effect.
The color just looks so red.
Yeah, the color is just super warm. So that's where I'm stuck. I'm like,
and if I was telling Britta that Hourglass Nude Bronze Light is I still have it, but it's pretty old, so I never really use it. Same with Luminous Bronze Light. I mean, I'm sure it's a powder product. It's not going to go like really bad.
yeah.
But Nude Bronze Light is not that old, so I use that. But Luminous Bronze Light is really old. Like I bought it like 5 years ago. But that one's really warm. But I love how it's like warm and glowy because it's so summery. But
Yeah.
that one leans more orange. This one leans more red, in my opinion. And I kind of like orange in the summer, but
I actually don't think if you swatch it on your hand,
Really?
it's not that red.
okay, maybe it's
I
just
think it's more
looking
warm.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is really pretty though.
Yeah.
Like I love a baked product.
me too.
And they're not easy to make. So whenever a brand like launches one,
That's
they're
why
always
they're not easy to
expensive.
find.
Yeah, they're always
Yeah.
expensive. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah. I do really like
You
it
bought the
though.
Sun Show, or wait, Beachy?
Beachy. Yeah.
Yeah, it is really pretty.
So I feel like I'll probably keep it because the only baked bronzer I have currently is the Bare Minerals one, which is certainly expired. And I do think like the warm look, actually like I like this paired together, like the warmth of this and this. It's definitely giving sunshine
yeah,
glow.
that's nice. I like it too. I like it. Speaking of expired products, since they don't have blush, I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk blush. I had like the urge to use this yesterday, and again, it's really old, so I just like, I bought it before it was even on Sephora, when it was a limited edition product on the Charlotte Tilbury website. I remember I saw it and I was like, well, I'm gonna have to buy that blush. And I like waited for it to come back in stock when they released it one more time before they made it permanent. And I like rushed to get this blush. And now it's like so easily accessible, but this was like years ago. But anyway, I had the urge to use it, so I pulled it out, and it is just such a pretty blush.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
But
I love pulling out things I haven't used in a while. I am using something I use nearly every day, and that's the M Cosmetics Demure blush. I like how this just works with creams or powders, and it lasts really well.
Yeah,
for
it
a
does.
cream. Okay, should we do brows next or eyeshadow? Oh yeah. So eyeshadow. Oh wait, I forgot to bring a brush. Well, it's fine. I'm just using this.
So eyeshadow, we did both buy the 10-second eyeshadows when they relaunched them, like last year or whatever, and we just didn't like that formula, unfortunately. I didn't really like it when it initially launched because it was so watery thin, and then we didn't really like it when they relaunched it because it was, I can't even remember, it just wasn't our thing.
Yeah.
It like didn't really last long, and it wasn't like, the opacity
It got kind
wasn't
of patchy.
Yeah.
It was hard to work with, and we are like not good at eyeshadow.
Yeah, so we both returned that. But we did try them. Like we literally buy, I feel like, everything they come out with.
Yeah.
To try it out. I'm just using the Rem Beauty eyeshadow, which honestly I don't love this either.
Oh,
but,
I thought you did like that.
well, I do, but I like the About Face the most.
Oh, yeah.
If we're talking cream shadows, the About Face just lasts longer.
Yeah, they're so
I think
easy
the
to work with.
Rem is really easy to like blend. but it doesn't last nearly as long. Like it will crease within an hour for me.
I'm doing the Glossier palette. I got this during the sale. It's their like trio palette in the almond shade, and I love it so far. I've used it like once or twice. Oh my gosh, no, I can't open it. And this shade that Kate's talked about, they don't have names, but it's like the sparkly one is so pretty. And the matte is really light, like it's just kind of like a dusting of color. So I just lay it down in the crease, and then I'm gonna go in with the glitter. Oh, I forgot my glitter brush. I didn't bring as much out here, I feel like, but I'll just use my finger.
I literally forgot any eye brush. I'm just using my finger.
This is like
My new favorite brow gel.
It's so good.
I know those are big words. Previously for clear, I really liked the Patrick Ta and
is this wet? Did
the
you use
e.l.f.
this?
No?
Oh.
The e.l.f. Wow. Wait, what is it called? Brow lift?
Brow lift. But I don't know if I consider that like a gel.
Yeah, that's true. But then for like a tinted brow gel, I've been using the NYX Thick It Stick It for like a year now because it's really affordable and it works really well. But that one, the brush is pretty big, so I do have to really go light-handed. This has like incredible hold. It's the perfect amount of pigment, and the brush is so small that like even people that don't have a lot of brow hairs,
like me,
yeah, could be fine with it. I knew I would love it. When I've heard people talk about this product, I was always like, oh, I know I'd love that. But I never bought it because I'm so cheap. And again, just like I usually buy drugstore products for brows. But they did such a good job. It's like a more, like a better hold version of the M Brow Cream, if you've ever tried that. But then again, I think that's the formula and the brush pairing is just really well done, which is the hardest part of when you're doing product development for brows or mascara. Matching the formula to the brush is the hardest part, and they did such a good job. I feel like because this is so strong hold and it is like decently pigmented, if you were to pair it with something that was way too big, I think that people would just hate it. But they paired it with this lovely little tapered brush, and you can like really get in there. It really grabs all the hairs. Like I think I found love for this when I realized like I have missing pieces in this front part of this eye, and I've never had a brow gel that I just put in there that just made it look like that was filled in without having to go in with a pencil. And this one does that. It somehow grabs all the other hairs around it, so like it doesn't really look like you're missing any, and I've never experienced that.
Yeah, well I think there are fibers in it, right?
Yeah, it's really similar to the NYX Thick It Stick It, but it has better hold, and you can be way more precise because that brush on that one it's big. Like I can see why people, if they wouldn't like it.
Yeah, I think the reason I like it is because, well, for so long I would use just like a clear, like Carly said, the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I like the ABH version too. And I just wanted something that would hold my brows in place because my pet peeve is like when they fall. I think that looks weird. But I wasn't looking for anything with pigment, which is silly because I have a lot of sparseness at the end. And so I just hadn't used like a tinted brow gel in so long. And then trying this, I'm like, wow, like you said,
yeah,
it fills in just the sparse areas without being too pigmented, and it holds really well, but it's like a nice soft hold.
It's like my perfect one and done brow product. I'm so impressed. I really, like maybe some people don't like obviously my brows look really big. Maybe some people don't like that look, but I do. So yeah, I really love it. Okay, we threw some lip liners on. I don't even know if they have lip liners.
Yeah, I think they might.
Yeah, I think
but they might be newer.
Yeah. I'm gonna put on, before you can do the lip oil, but I bought this lipstick in December. It's the KOSAS lipstick in Vegas. I don't think they have these on Sephora anymore, and I've always wanted this shade, which they used to have the lipsticks on Sephora, but this shade was always exclusive to KOSAS, so I had ordered it on their website, and it's such a good formula. I don't know why they took it off Sephora. Like, it's a really good lipstick formula.
I'm using
It's like a creamier version of the MAC lipsticks. And this shade is just my perfect, like, peachy beigey nude.
I'm using I think it's just called the Wet Lip Oil in the shade Jellyfish, which is like their clear shade, because I didn't own a clear gloss, and I love this. I have unbuttoned.
People don't talk about it. I know, I feel like Jamie always talks about them.
Yeah. Like, I would describe it as pretty cushiony and buttery, but it's still pretty emollient. So it's not sticky, but it moves around your lips. Like, it will migrate a little bit, but it's so shiny.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna be thinner than what they are.
Yeah, and I'm glad it's thicker.
Yeah, like I don't know, yeah, it's so shiny and pretty, but they don't, this is my first time putting it over a lipstick, which I probably wouldn't do normally. But they don't really like get everywhere.
Yeah,
they
like
smell really nice.
Migrate a little bit, but not too much.
Now I'm like so curious about the red shade.
Yeah, they smell really good. Almost like a lemon.
Yeah, that's true.
Like a lemon dessert.
But lemon, but sweet.
Yeah, like vanilla lemon, and it's not too much. It's just a little bit. I don't know. I love this. I love the packaging. I've been putting it on just like in the middle of the day, even if I'm not wearing makeup.
The On Button shade is more like opaque than Britta's, and it's really nice just if you need like a little bit of color. But yeah, I love the lipstick too. Good lip products for sure.
Yeah.
So if they do have lip liners, okay, I think that's it from our full face of KOSAS. Hopefully you guys liked this. If you like this type of video, let us know what other brands you would want to see down below. And thank you for watching.